A whirlwind of developments has just hit the Dodgers world, and each one carries major implications. First, a shocking and sudden retirement from a familiar face has fans reflecting on a career cut short. Then, an unfortunate injury update threatens to derail plans at a crucial time. And just when you think that's enough, a potential position shift for one of the team's biggest stars adds another twist to the mix. These aren't just small notes, they're game-changing headlines that could alter the roster, the strategy, and the momentum heading into the most important stretch of the season. Stay tuned, because this isn't just an update, it's a turning point. The Los Angeles Dodgers have been no strangers to headlines this season, but today's news is a mix of nostalgia, surprise, and a little bit of concern. So buckle up, because what's coming out of Dodgers Nation right now is going to have fans talking for days. And hey, if you live and breathe Dodgers baseball like we do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an update, because things are moving fast, and we've got all the details for you right here. Let's start with a shocker. An ex-Dodger has officially called it a career, and the timing has everyone scratching their heads. Former Dodger, who once wore the blue proudly and gave fans some unforgettable moments, has suddenly announced his retirement from professional baseball. No long goodbye tour, no months of speculation, it's just over, effective immediately. The announcement dropped without warning, and social media went wild. Fans are flooding timelines with old highlights, remembering the clutch hits, the big plays, and the swagger that came with wearing a Dodgers uniform. This isn't just any player either, this is someone who, during their time in Los Angeles, became a part of that clubhouse culture and brought energy to the field every single night. Whether it was through his bat, his glove, or his leadership, he had a presence that's hard to replace. Now, with this retirement, fans are left wondering what prompted the sudden decision. Was it health-related? Was it a personal choice to step away from the grind? Or maybe he just felt it was time to turn the page. Whatever the reason, it's always bittersweet when a player who's been part of Dodgers history hangs it up. You can't help but think about the what-ifs and how different things could have been if his career had gone another way. But while that story tugs at the heartstrings, the next one hits a little harder because it's an injury update that the Dodgers definitely didn't want to hear. Injuries have been a part of this season's storyline, but this latest one comes at a time when the team can't really afford another setback. The player in question is someone who's been a key contributor, someone the Dodgers rely on for both performance and consistency, and unfortunately, this update isn't positive. The reports coming in suggest that this isn't a day-to-day kind of thing, it might require more time off than anyone hoped. That means adjustments, lineup shuffles, and potentially even front office decisions to bring in reinforcements. And when you're chasing a postseason run, every single game counts, so losing a starter for an extended period can have ripple effects across the roster. Fans are already asking if this could be the moment the Dodgers dip into their farm system, or maybe even make a trade to cover the gap. Either way, it's another test for Dave Roberts and the coaching staff, who have already had to juggle more than their fair share of lineup challenges this year. Now, here's where things get a little intriguing, because there's been a buzz about Mookie Betts, and not just for his incredible bat or his leadership in the clubhouse. The conversation right now is about positioning, and specifically, the possibility of Mookie moving to right field. That's right, after spending significant time at second base and shortstop in recent seasons, there's talk of him patrolling the outfield again. For longtime Dodgers fans, Mookie in right field is a familiar and welcome sight. It's where his Gold Glove defense first wowed people in LA, and his arm, range, and instincts make him one of the best in the game at that spot. But the question is, why now? Is this about optimizing the defense, taking some pressure off Mookie's infield workload, or just getting the best possible alignment given the current roster situation? Some insiders believe it's partly about keeping him fresh and maximizing his offensive impact. Playing the outfield can, in some cases, be less physically demanding than the grind of infield play, especially when you're a cornerstone of the lineup. Others think it's a strategic move to open up infield opportunities for other players who might need more reps. And then there's the element of chemistry. Mookie's ability to cover ground in right could pair perfectly with the rest of the outfield setup, turning potential base hits into outs and making life easier for the pitching staff. Whatever the reason, it's a storyline to watch closely, because moving a superstar like Mookie isn't just a casual decision, it's one that could have a huge impact on how the Dodgers perform down the stretch. Adding to the intrigue, there's a narrative floating around comparing Mookie's overall impact this season to some of the biggest stars in sports, and believe it or not, some analysts have gone so far as to say he's more impressive in certain aspects. Yes, that's the phrase, more impressive. The comparison isn't just about baseball either. It's about his leadership, his versatility, his ability to adapt and excel no matter where the team needs him. Some have even drawn parallels to legends from other sports, athletes known for redefining what's possible in their roles. That's high praise, but if you've watched Mookie closely this year, you know it's not far-fetched. From highlight reel defensive plays to game-changing home runs, he's been delivering at every turn. And if this move to right field becomes permanent, it might only amplify what he can do. Of course, whenever the Dodgers make a big positional adjustment or a roster shift, fans have opinions and they're not shy about sharing them. Some are excited to see Mookie back where he first made a defensive name for himself, while others worry about disrupting the rhythm he's built in the infield. That's the beauty of Dodgers Nation, it's a passionate, vocal fanbase that lives for these debates. And let's be honest, when you're talking about a player of Mookie's caliber, there's no wrong answer. He's going to impact the game no matter where he plays. Going back to the retirement news for a moment, it's interesting how stories like this bring the fanbase together. You see fans from all eras chiming in, sharing their favorite moments, and in a way, it reminds you that baseball is as much about the memories as it is about the stats. Sure, we can analyze numbers and projections all day, but at the end of it, it's those moments, those big hits, those clutch defensive plays that stick with you. And that's what makes saying goodbye to a former player so emotional. Even if they're not in the lineup anymore, their legacy is still woven into the fabric of the team. Meanwhile, the injury situation could end up being one of those turning points in the season. Every year, there's that stretch where a team either rises above adversity or struggles to recover. For the Dodgers, how they handle this could say a lot about their championship aspirations. If they can plug the hole effectively, whether it's through a call-up, a trade, or creative lineup management, they'll show once again why they're one of the most resilient organizations in baseball. But if the injury lingers and the team can't quite find the right replacement, it could be a stumbling block. That's why this news is so significant. It's not just about one player, it's about how the whole roster responds. And that's what makes him so valuable, not just his skill set, but his mindset. In a long, grueling baseball season, having a player who can adapt seamlessly to the team's needs is a massive advantage. So, Dodgers fans, the next few weeks are going to be telling. We'll see how the team honors the legacy of a former player walking away from the game, how they respond to the challenge of losing a key contributor, and how Mookie Betts' role might evolve yet again in this ever-changing puzzle. One thing's for sure, there's no shortage of drama, and that's exactly what makes following this team so compelling. And that's why we'll be here, breaking down every twist and turn, every piece of news, and every highlight. So if you want to stay ahead of the curve and be the first to know what's happening in Dodgers Nation, make sure you're subscribed